So guys, I got very deep in the weeds, but before I get into talking about ICP, Filecoin, and some other projects, I want to announce, because we're doing the tour again, we played 2020, the 2020 season. We didn't participate in the scamdemic or whatever, we just still play baseball. So we played, basically Liberation League was in Southern Indiana. We played the league out, a lot of leagues didn't operate. And we actually played the third most games in North America. If you guys have been following me for a while, you kind of know that. And then in 2021, 2022, and 2023, we have done our barnstorming tour against MLB partner league teams in the American Association, Frontier League, and the Atlantic League. And this year we're going to be doing, same type of thing, but there's actually some like really good kind of events coming up, like along the way, along the route. And a few more games will get plugged in, but we are doing Fan Fest with the Long Island Ducks again, and that is going to be April 19th. And then on May 8th, we're going to play in front of a sold-out crowd in Impact Field against the Chicago Dogs of the American Association. So that will be a really cool event. But yeah, they've sold it out, and a lot of fun. But yeah, so Impact Field, it's close to O'Hare Airport, but you can look them up, Chicago Dogs. Going forward, so I was deep in the weeds on the Internet Computer Protocol, revisiting Filecoin, going down a lot of different rabbit holes and stuff like that. And so one of the things that I ran into, so I was looking at DeFi Llama, and I was looking at ICP, and it just really looked like the TVL is just not taking off like we would expect. A lot of these EVM chains, their TVL will ramp up, especially during periods like this where everything starts to pump, and then the DeFi offerings get more lucrative, people chase after yield and stuff like that. We're not really seeing that on ICP, and there's supposed to be an EVM integration that's coming up. And then also, one of the founders has announced that there will be chain key Solana, which I think is a great move to add the Solana ecosystem, or be able to, bring that community over and be able to interact with Solana, which, like I said, I mean, that's huge. Interacting with Ethereum and Bitcoin's one thing. You got the fees to deal with if you're going back out the other way, if you're getting back out there and stuff like that. But if you are on ICP, you're able to avoid the fees by interacting with CK ETH, CK BTC. So we'll kind of see this layer 2. That's supposed to be actually a layer 2 for Bitcoin, but it's going to work using CK BTC, chain key Bitcoin, on the Internet Computer Protocol. Now, if you guys are new and you haven't seen any of the other videos, the big thing about the Internet Computer Protocol is the fact that you can store the data on chain. You don't have to store data like NFTs, videos, pictures, all that kind of stuff over on like Amazon Web Services or some other cloud service. It can be stored on chain, and that costs about $5 per gigabyte per year, the way that the infrastructure is set up. But I would say one of the big things that was kind of, getting deeper in it, and I've known this for a bit, is it's like there's no stable coin on the Internet Computer Protocol. So if you're swapping to something, there's no like USDC, USDT, or any algorithmic stable coin that's really kind of out there on ICP. And I think that's a big hindrance with setting up any kind of liquidity pools or any kind of swapping mechanism, because it's like, okay, you can make a lot of pairs when you have a dollar pegged asset, and obviously if you're trading in and out, that gives you something to trade to if something pumped and you want to kind of secure the bag, so to speak. So I just, that's very strange to me that that's not there. And if you're watching this and you know a lot about ICP, I guess I'm questioning if they're CK ETH. I don't understand why all the ERC20 tokens, you can't interact with all the ERC20 tokens that are on Ethereum if there's CKE. Because with Bitcoin, with CKBTC, it seems like there's the one platform where you can interact with the ordinals and you can buy and sell ordinals that are over on Bitcoin. So if it can see the ordinals, why can't it see all these ERC20 tokens? So if you know a lot about ICP, you know, let me know in the comment section below. I'm sure a lot of people are kind of scratching their head wondering with that. Also, you know, it definitely seems like there's not as much activity in the NFT space. There were some really intricate, really good looking NFTs that I was seeing, and there wasn't a lot of action. Not the kind of action we're seeing on Solana, not the kind of action they're obviously seeing over on Ethereum, which, you know, that really kind of surprised me. So, you know, that got me doing a lot of hard thinking, and maybe when, you know, CK Sol, like Chain Key Solana, is implemented, maybe that'll allow, you know, some of that NFT community from Solana to come over to ICP. But in some respects, what would be the point? And it'd be like, well, you can store the data on chain. You know, you can have games on chain, you can have websites on chain. So there is the advantage there. You do have storage, which Solana goes down a lot, and I don't know if some of that mechanism is because of some of the storage solutions they put in place, or I'm not really sure. I guess you know, the specifics of some of the outages and stuff like that. So maybe there's a way that they can mitigate that going over to ICP, or some of their stuff being stored over on the Internet Computer Protocol. That being said, I do think the locking mechanism, I go back and forth on this, because it's like you can lock up your ICP for a long time and earn rewards. And I go back and forth on that. Sometimes it seems like, you know, that's a pretty good kind of setup, and somebody can kind of be able to compound. And then other times I'm just like, I don't know, you know, it's obviously, it can be a long time to lock up, and if it pumps during the time that you're locked up, then you've got kind of a potential issue. So if you can't unlock it. So I sort of go back and forth on that mechanism. Obviously, you don't have to do that if you don't want. So anyway, guys, I'm over there with, you know, and I don't have a huge bag. It's something I'm very curious about. It does look like the future, but I'm weary. And the reason I'm weary is because I've seen some of this stuff that technologically has a lot of good things going for it, like the EOS.io software, like we saw with EOS, like we've seen with Telos. Telos is really impressive. There's a fork of EOS, but again, it's a funding issue, and you know, if people don't implement it and stuff, but their EVM, it is impressive. It's impressive, and actually Telos has been pumping a lot. So anyway, guys, what do you guys think about ICP? Have you kind of engaged in the ecosystem, and what are your thoughts so far? Follow me on all social media, leave a comment below, subscribe to this YouTube channel, follow me on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, DTube, Blurt, everywhere.